Hey everybody, David Andrews here. It's Christmas morning. Wow, isn't that amazing? What if everything we knew about Christmas was not exactly quite right? What if the origins of the Christmas holiday began in the sky? So, as I'm out here in nature today, observing the sun come up over the beautiful lake here, it dawned on me that we have followed what we call tradition for a long time. And what that tradition teaches us is to get caught into a focused ritual that is based upon someone else's belief. And then we adopt that belief so that we can carry on the tradition. And I saw an interesting, sort of maybe humorous, but the definition of tradition, or a definition of tradition, is that it is peer pressure from dead people. So that's kind of curious. But anyway, we're following these traditions, but have we ever taken the time to really look at the origin and what it might mean to be following that tradition? And Christmas is one of those. We're taught, I think many of us in the Christian faith, that, Jesus was born on this day, on this December 25th, right? Jesus was born this day, or it represents that Jesus was born this day. And then some scholars in the cult that I was raised in, the Christian denomination, non-denominational, fundamentalist, legalistic organization, they were totally against Christmas and believed that it was a pagan holiday. And so they claimed that Jesus was not born in December. He was born maybe in September, October, or some other time of year based on, the shepherds and their flocks and all sorts of other reasoning. But if you look back to all ancient religions, they have a common denominator, not all, but many, many of them. And if you think about what happens in the sky, you can see the sun just got back behind that cloud over there. And whoa, it's bright. It's fantastic. The energy that comes off this light being in the sky is really phenomenal. But basically the idea that the winter solstice happens on December 21st every year. And when you track the sun's path in the sky, it looks like it's, in the northern hemisphere anyway, it looks like it's going further and further to the southern hemisphere, and it's disappearing. It's going and going and going, and it looks like it's going to disappear and never come back, okay? And then when you notice, as you watch the sunrise every day, it stops. On December 21st, it stops moving. The point in the horizon where the sun comes up based on the tip of the Earth's axis, it comes up in the same place for 3 days. So this is what we call the Son of God being in the tomb, right? It's very similar to the Christ story of resurrection. And then on December 25th, the Son is born, all right? Unto us a light is given, right? Unto us a son is given. The light is born. And what that means is that the sun begins to move back toward the northern hemisphere in the sense that it's 1 degree different. It's spot on the horizon where it comes up. And this is very significant because it's the only time of year where the sun stands still. If you think about it, at the time of the resurrection, right? The time of the rising of the sun, the resurrection of the sun. And so just going back to these origins can really help us see the power that is in the system that we're in, this cosmic system, right? These cycles of time, the cycle of the moon, the cycle of the sun, the movement of the planets, how our Earth is in tune and in harmony with these planetary beings. And so if we can tune into that, if we can tune into that sunlight coming in, if we can tune into the nature that we're around when we're outside observing the sun at sunrise, we can feel the power of the Son of God, the S-U-N, and then it might reflect or help us to observe something slightly different as we think about the S-O-N and how that Son of God dwells in us, how the Holy Spirit dwells in us. And then what can that do to change our behavior, to change the way we interact with the world, to change the way we go about our daily life, if that tradition is kind of tuned a bit more to the cosmos, tuned a bit more to nature, tuned just a bit more. And there's nothing wrong with the following of the traditions. It all depends on how we feel with the experience of that tradition. And many people have a tremendous amount of love, joy, peace, happiness when it comes to traditions. But other people have a different experience. And if we can all appreciate all those different experiences, we can share them and we can learn from each other. So I just wanted to pass along this a little insight that I have come to, that the December 25th is the time when light returns, when light is born, when Christ, the Christ light, is born anew. Whew. That's all I had for today. Many, many blessings for a Merry, Merry Christmas.